Hello. Okay, I can see. Oh, good. Okay, my lighting is okay, I think. All right. Happy New Year and good morning. I thought it would only be fair for me to share my reset cleanse and a process that I go through. So that is what this video is, live stream is going to be about. I've been refraining from my coffee in the morning. It's always a challenge because coffee is one of those things I really look forward to having in the morning. I have one of those preset pre-time coffee makers, or you can set it to make coffee every morning at a certain time, and so it's a pleasure to even be able to wake up and you can smell the coffee. And I always get that jingle in my head. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Excuse me, that's my voice and not having really warmed it up in the morning, but have these jingles, I have these songs that are constantly playing in my head. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time sharing with you about my process that I do as part of my diet regime. So this is Megan. I am the music therapist, psychotherapist, Core 3 Harmony and Wellness Services. Jasmine is my operations manager. So many times clients or people interested in information will reach out to her, and that kind of starts the process going. She's been a huge help to me and with me and for me, especially with the school and other projects I have going on. So, but the face that you are seeing, I am the therapist right now for Core 3 Harmony and Wellness. I do hope and envision one day it being not just me, but more involved. So that is definitely a hope and a dream and a vision I'm pursuing. So this morning, Happy New Year once again, 2021. I was thinking about what I wanted to do to kind of get the ball rolling and the process going differently for me than I did at the beginning of 2020. I think many of us will have plans and ideas of how we want to do things differently and transition into things. And as I've been following other people and listening to their stuff, many people are saying just making the small little changes every day helps and leads you on the way to seeing those bigger changes and adjustments and improvements that you want to see. And I totally believe that that is definitely helpful because we beat ourselves up a lot. As soon as we see that, oh, you know what, I did not do that well today, or I failed at this today, or this didn't happen and I wanted it to happen. So just those little small things that you can do leading up to seeing the improvements you want to see are very helpful. So I'm going to share some information on my regime. Some things are stuff original of mine that I kind of took on from other sources that I learned along the way. And then when I dived into the Health Coach Institute and started learning some more information and some more tools and unique and different approaches, I thought, let me try some of those. So this is part of that too. There's a mixture of kind of my own thing, and then there's a mixture of stuff that I have learned and gained along my path within the Health Coach Institute. So if there's any questions, the live chat room is there for you to type away, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I believe also the email address is disclosed in the description area. If not, check out our website, core3tx.com, and there you can find ways to email me if you have any questions. We learn best by when we have questions, just asking them, and there's no wrong question to ask. We just have to figure out how to find the answer for you. And then, of course, like I always say, if I don't know it, I'm going to go to bat for you and find the information and bring it back to you. So I want to say this is not technically day 2 of my reset cleanse. I started a little bit early because I'm going to try something new that I've never tried before. I'm prepping my mind and my body to try the keto diet. And there are so many diet programs and plans and stuff out there. And when people come to me and have questions specifically regarding diet plans or what I might think is best, it's really something that it really does come down to it being a personal choice and a personal best for you. Because one diet plan or diet regime might work well for someone, and another one might not work so well for someone else. And there's a bunch of different factors that come into play. You know, what specifically are you wanting to achieve? What other things may be impairing or impacting your choice, your plan moving forward? Are there any other medical conditions underlying that can also be an impact to you choosing and selecting a specific diet plan or regime to go on and try? So those are some key things that are important to think about. And within the health coaching, the life coaching aspect of my services, that's really comes in really important to do the assessments and really learn a lot about you, what's going on, what you have tried, what you felt you were successful at, or you felt like, I was like, that was not it, you know? So it's good to factor in a bunch of those things. And also on our website, I do have links. It is an affiliate link to get a little bit of percentage to just help with costs of everything for the business, is your lab work. Now, I know if you have your primary doctor, you can go ask and go get labs, which you should. And I think that's really important. Many times, one of the things I learned at the Coaching Institute is that how important it is not only seeing, what's happening to me physically and visibly, what's going on when I'm attempting to try a new workout exercise program, or when I'm attempting to try a new diet program, is that I'm looking for these physical signs that I'm doing better and well. It's really important to go behind the scenes and see what's happening inside of your body. I'm getting a little bit blown away as I dive into more and learning about the ketogenic diet, like people who are like die-hard keto diet people, that like that is how that's their lifestyle. That is how they live, is going off of the ketogenic diet. There's specific signs when you go hard at it and really dive deep into it. You know, you're looking at things like what's being done on your insides by the waste that you're producing, coloring of urine. There's a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like reading some stuff the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. So in the coming weeks, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm working on becoming more consistent with uploading videos or doing some live streams. I'm not trying to have them be very long. I know everybody's got stuff going on, but just want you to know I'm here. And it's also nice to see, what is this person doing? And how are they living? You know, it's one thing to be in a session with someone and recommending and suggesting things, and then to walk away and that person that's sharing that or saying those things are far-fetched from the information they're providing. So I'm I want you to know that it is my passion to live, eat, breathe the information I'm sharing with you. So it's not just something I'm accumulating. I'm accumulating a ton of information all the time, especially in school. I'm like, how much more can I take? What do I really need to know? So I want you to know that it's a majority of information I'm sharing is coming from experience. So let me unpack my reset cleanse. I want to share with you some products that I use, and this does not mean you have to go and use mine. I always ask people what have they used or what are they using or what they can try. But one of the things I know that is very helpful is understanding and knowing that, pulling my notebook around here, that convenience and accessibility is key with establishing a new routine, a new habit, especially with our diet and our exercise. Because first of all, many of us, we don't want to do it anyway. But once we start to change our mindset, our thoughts, once we start to adjust that attitude, that mentality about what we're doing, and we put it in action and we do it. Remember, little bits by little bits, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, it turns into a lifestyle, baby. You got it down. Now, that does not mean you can't kind of, as in my words, lean back and take a rest or a break from your routine. It's important to do that. I think that's also important. Everything, of course, always in moderation. The good stuff and the bad stuff, always in moderation. So if it's convenient, if it's accessible, 9 times out of 10, we are going to be much more successful in what we are planning and wanting to do. Okay, so 2 teas. I use yogi teas. I like yogi teas. Oh gosh, I'll probably be sharing some of the teas I jump back and forth in between over the coming next couple of videos and our live streams. This particular one, detox tea, healthy cleansing formula, caffeine free. This one I like because I've been refraining from my coffee, and I have 2 cups of these, and I'll show you here because this is my 2nd cup this morning. Ooh, hot. Gosh, this has got to be maybe an 8 ounce. I'm not good with service sizes. I'm one of those people, if I was cooking in front of you, I'd be dashing in pinches of stuff. I so bad don't go off of like correct measuring. But looking at this is about an 8 ounce cup. So this is my 2nd cup this morning of the caramel apple spice slim life. Energizes and supports a dieting program, and it contains caffeine. I do not know. Some of them will say the amount of caffeine, if it's the same amount of caffeine as my coffee or not, but it helps. I'm not a big sweet food craver, but I feel like this, and they have other flavors. I felt like I saw 2 other ones when I was at the store, 2 other different flavors. And it's within the Slim Life option or their program. And this tastes pretty darn good to me. And not needing to add anything to it. And that's about the reset, is just kind of taking things at the very bare minimum and not feeling that there's anything that's added to anything you're putting in your body, which can be challenging today because there are often a lot of things added and you're like, wait, what? How did that get there? This is supposed to be organic, or this is supposed to be, non this and this and that. And then you start looking and reading, you're like, there's a little pinch or a little dash or something. So these are the my 2 go-tos for the last couple of days. So that these have been really helpful. So these are yogi teas. These are caramel apple spice slim life, and they're detox tea. Okay, so we know one. Let me put this on the board. And my videos, since I'm a nerd, I always tell people have a notebook, take notes, and or save this and go back and watch it. We want to make sure that to set ourselves up to success, to be successful. These are my two takes. We want to make sure it is one, convenient, to slow down, check my spelling, and accessible. We want to make sure it's accessible. Accessible. Please excuse, even as a doctoral student in college, please excuse the moments when I know I may have a spelling error. Okay, that is going to help us to be successful in our endeavor. Here is another thing. Do not beat yourself up when you fail. Failures are going to happen. Failures, we bounce back and we learn. They're automatic lessons. Every time we didn't do something well or didn't stick to an outline or a schedule that we wanted to do and or keep, we learn from it. And I'm going to show you how you can be intentional about learning from the hiccups, okay? How you can be intentional. All right, so honoring our hunger and fullness. Okay. Most of us generally wait until we are too hungry to make good decisions or eat far too much for our energetic output. A cleanse is an opportunity to recognize these habits and make changes that support you feeling nourished, energized, and alive. Oh, don't we want to feel nourished and energized and alive? Yes, indeed. So we want to honor our hunger by prepping meals when we are mildly hungry versus starving. OMG. Okay, so I tell my clients all the time, I'm human. I make mistakes just like everybody else. I keep trying and I keep working on it because one, it's one thing I want to do. And two, it's very helpful to be as real and as authentic to you as possible. It is that attitude, that tenacity that I'm not giving up on myself. I know that I can do better. I know that I can be better, and I want to do better, and I want to be better. So I'm going to keep at this until I get better at what it is I'm trying to achieve. So, honoring your hunger and fullness. This is something to kind of, I feel like in a reset and a cleanse, and this is not a complete like 2-day or 3-day fast that I am doing. I am eating. Everything is as clean as possibly as I can do it. Okay? Because I, like you, I read labels and stuff. Or if you don't read labels, please start doing that. Be mindful and aware of the specific products that are truly and profess to be clean. Okay? Even as a health coach, and I know there's a lot of stuff out there. Like it can get overwhelming. I'm like, can you narrow it down for me? 2-3 choices, please. So do the best that you can as far as deciphering, deciding, understanding, and knowing what is as clean as possible for you to put in your body, okay? These last couple of days, my consistency has been outside of the tea, which I have my 2 cups of my tea in the morning, and I'm just drinking and consuming water. after that, okay? I don't have any problems with water. I love water. Some people have issues with water. If there are any problems or you have hang-ups somewhere, please reach out to me. Let's talk. Let's figure out what we can do and the different options that are out there that we can help you try and find that works for you. And because I'm kind of in prep mode for a ketogenic diet in the weeks to come, I've been really looking and streamlining what things, particularly the snacks and veggies I can have, and been consuming those as much as I can when I'm hungry. Now I'm going to go into how I am intentional with understanding setting myself up for success with less failures. Okay. I am a participant and receive deliveries from Daily Harvest. We'll talk about that in the coming weeks. We have now a Patreon page. So if you are interested and can reach out and support us in any way possible in any of the options we have available on there, that would be absolutely amazing to us. We so appreciate it. On an option there on our site, I'm hooking in, particularly for the VIP patrons, I'm adding in promo codes for you to try some of these programs and things that I'm doing out and see how they work for you. And we know, like, when we sign up for something, if we can get as many perks and discounts, that helps us lean in more to giving it a try. So I want you to do that. You do have to be a VIP patron to access that, but I guarantee you it's well worth it. My goal in these coming weeks, especially before I kick off with my own studies again, it's been so wonderful having a break. I can totally focus on this stuff. My clients, I'm looking forward to, let's just say, my last day of class. There's a lot of energy that's put into schooling, especially when you're working on a doctoral degree. So I appreciate every break that I am given. So please check that out. Information should be put in the description box. Check out our Patreon page. Please become a patron. We'd appreciate you. Please subscribe to this channel, for which I hope that you can come on here and really find out more about me, more about what's going on with 4-3 Harmony Wellness, and to feel more comfortable with who we are, the people behind the scenes. And we offer complimentary 20-minute consultations because I do not like to waste people's money or their time. So it's important that you get to know who you're going to be working with and why. Okay? All right. So I'm one of those people like you. I have gone to the store starving, looking for stuff, purchased a bunch of junk, got home and was like, this is not what I wanted. Like, why do I have all of this? So honoring your hunger and fullness is very important and key. Information in regards to how I've been doing. And I'll share with you my checklist, my daily checklist. And I'm going to upload a lot of this information I'm sharing right now. I will be uploading it to, I believe it's quote unquote title, exclusive content information or behind the scenes info in our Patreon page. So if you become a patron, you have access to this that I'm using. I don't want to feel like I want to put all that up on the board right now. So oftentimes I wonder if you can see it, one, and it can be a lot. So here we go. Ways in which I become intentional in my process of ensuring success and overcoming my failures with my cleanse. So I have a checklist. I'll start with that first. Like I said, I wake up, my things is my coffee. I have not been doing my coffee. soon I'm going to ease it back in. And this is another thing I'll talk about is implementing uh, rewards for yourself. It is so important. It is so key. How are you rewarding yourself for when you do well? Okay. It's kind of that thing. If when you were little, you would get stickers. Oops, you would get stickers placed on, I don't know, a board or a tracking system. And it's kind of like standing back and look at all my stickers today. It's kind of that sort of thing, but in an adult style. Okay. Um, so part of my checklist is I'm also being mindful of my liquid intake. And when you do this, you have to be aware that you will be visiting the restroom a lot. Is because you're flushing things out of your system. My motto is more liquids, less food intake, especially these first couple of days. And then I will start to slowly implement a few more solids into my regime. And those solids, particularly for me, would be more greens. A lean meat a day. And usually it's suggested that the heavier, more caloric meal is the midday meal. So that lean meat would be added primarily for my lunch. And then as I taper off and as my day winds down, which for many of us, we're less active. So we don't want to be, stuffing ourselves with tons of calories that's going to just sit on a couch or in our chair or in the bed with us or wherever you're at. So you get leaner with or you lessen your calorie intake as you get closer to the end of your day. Okay. All right. So I have been doing a fast. My time frame, now this is what works for me, and I check in with clients all the time because it's not about like, oh, you should do this because I do it. No, let's find what's going to work within your day and how, again, we're going to make sure you are going to end up successful at it. So my time frame for eating, put my tea down really quick, is 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. That is my time frame. I'm one of those people that I love breakfast. I'm one of those people, especially if you've had a good night's sleep, you felt rested, you felt like your body's been able to rejuvenate for a few hours. Pop up, and I'm like, bam! Where's the coffee? Prior to this, where's the toast? Like the ketogenic diet is just a whirlwind in my world because I realize how carb heavy my food intake has been. So not good. And I am a person that, quote unquote, like, I don't feel like I eat junk per se. And my definition of junk is like, I'm not sitting there eating like tons of ding dongs and, just flushing down, fast food all the time. And prior to this, I had gotten my family on been utilizing HelloFresh, such a game changer. These meal prep delivery businesses, thank you. You guys are off the chain. And especially with the hot mess of a year we had in 2020 and trying to lessen our interactions with others, having food delivered has just been, and to whoever thought of that and the people working in it, you guys are the bomb because it's not like, oh, now or when things start to open up again, your businesses are not going to be needed. I love the delivery meal programs. Wonderful, especially for those of us who prefer not to be shopping. It is not our favorite thing. So prior to this, try to get myself back on track here. I utilize HelloFresh. Love HelloFresh. HelloFresh has been wonderful. And it's great to kind of mix up and change things up because many times you're like, How many times am I going to have, spaghetti? Or how many times am I going to have burritos or tacos? Or I love having a meal plan delivery system because you can go through and switch up different recipes, and you don't have to think about any of the stuff that's needed. Everything comes together. You've got the seasoning, you've got the meat, you've got the sides. So if this is a new year where you switch it up and you figure out what works and what could actually make things better. If you are not on a meal plan delivery system or have never tried one, please try them. There are several out there now. Like there were some people that are like, what's going on? And there's so many companies now. But I know HelloFresh is one I've used. I enjoy them. If you ever have any problems, 9 times out of 10, they'll resend stuff or what have you, or refund you if there's any problems with your delivery. They've been really great. So shout out to HelloFresh. I think there's one called Blue Chef. And one that I'm getting ready to try is Green Chef. Now, Green Chef, some of these meal plan companies, they are on it. They are the bomb. They have specific meal plans for specific diets. So if you're vegetarian, they have vegetarian selections and recipes. Green Chef, in particular, I was looking for someone that was a bona fide keto diet plan. Because keto is not anything to just try to figure out yourself. I don't think, not that you can, but I'm one of them people. Again, if it's, where's the thing? Convenient and accessible. It's one, absolutely convenient because everything's there and it's totally accessible. I don't have to go anywhere. I'm not running around looking for this. I'm not running around looking for avocados or specific kinds of nuts or Brazilian nuts, whatever. It's right there and it's delivered to you. Now, that is a game changer. So if you really want to go all in, and I'll be talking about this more in the next couple of videos, that is a beautiful option, which will definitely help set you up to be successful. Okay. So my fast from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. is my eating time. My detox teas, I showed you that. I have 2 cups in the morning of the Slim Life tea that has my caffeine in it, which I so love. The number of hours that I try to get of sleep a night is 6 to 8. I lean more towards 7, I notice. One of the things I love is that I have a Fitbit. I don't have it on me right now. And when it doesn't bug me, because all the electrical gadgets and stuff, after time, I know for me personally, I can start to feel the radiation, whatever is going on there. It starts to make me feel a little funky. So I don't wear it every night all the time, occasionally. But when I do, because it's something unique about how it can decipher when you're getting like the full REM, like when you're in that REM mode of sleep, when you're like, I am asleep. Nothing shall wake me. My body is fully rested. And then it'll say like, the kind of the inactive, like when you were up or when you weren't. That intrigues me. I'm sure it's going off of maybe our heart rate. My particular Fitbit is not all like full of the gadgets that many of them have now with the oxygen and all of it's like a doctor on your wrist almost. Some of the newer ones, they have a lot on them. So anyway, I know on average, I come out between closer more to 7 hours of sleep a night. And I would say that's pretty fair. That's pretty good for me. I usually do not wake up tired. And I get up on average about twice in the middle of the night to go to the restroom. And I think one of my things too, I will usually, of course, this may be something I need to change for myself, is that even though my eating may stop at 7, like I still feel like I want something in my hands. So like I will have like uh, one more cup of tea, usually this size, uh, after the 7 o'clock period. So if I switch it up and change that, maybe I will get up, go to the restroom less, but on average, I get up in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping at least 2 times. My fullness scale, now when I'm eating, this is huge. This is a game changer. And I remind clients of this quite a bit. Oh gosh, how are we doing for time? Okay, we're doing okay. I don't want to go too much longer. Um, get myself back on track here. Fullness. It is important to start to get yourself in a habit of becoming aware and mindful of when you are full. And many times we're not able to do that when we are eating and doing something else. Okay. I know some of us may be queens and kings of multitasking, but when there's a food in front of us, and especially when you're hungry, like you will become a vacuum cleaner and just inhale the food in front of you. And I've had moments myself, and even clients have told me, they're like, dude, I don't even know if I really tasted it. I would just like chowing it down. So don't rush when you're eating. Take your time. Eliminate distractions when you're eating. So get out from in front of the TV, get away from the phone, get away from the computer, get away from the laptop, get away now. Get away. Sorry, being a goofball now. Get away from anything that is distracting you from being truly mindful, aware, and intentional with your nourishing your body. Like that's what it comes down to. How are you thinking about, what are you thinking as you're eating? You know, when you're sitting down to eat, it's just like, oh, okay, now it's lunchtime. You know, sometimes we'll get locked into these programs or these schedules and we'll just scarf something. And it's like chewing the taste of the food, sitting utensils down and just enjoying the sensation of the food in your mouth. Noticing the food on your plate. Like there's so many things that we do not do. And I know I've been there. I scarfed down something and I'm like, okay, good. I'm check off my list. I've eaten something, on to the next thing. And I'm so terrible at that, especially with like school or if there's projects I'm working on or what have you. Like, especially if I'm really engrossed in something that I'm doing, I'm like, oh crap. Man, I gotta eat something. Like my stomach will be like growling up a storm and be like, darn it. And so that's why keeping things that are convenient and accessible, that are healthy, next to you, around you, near your desk, is helpful. Because if not, 9 times out of 10, we're reaching out for something that is just all sugared up, unfortunately. That's kind of what it comes down to for us today. All right, moving. How are you moving? Do you like to move? Do you want to move? I have, and it's sitting in, you cannot see it, but I have a rodeo core exercise equipment. Look that up if you want to, because I got to figure out how to put this thing together. My areas, and it's another thing too, to be noticeable of the body parts you want to improve. Particularly for me, it's my arms and my core. So I have stuff that have been back ordered that I purchased when this whole mess started. Because my mindset at the beginning of 2020 was I was getting ready to become a member of like Orange Theory. I was like, okay, yeah, I got this. We got a plan down. I've heard good reviews. Some people I know that are Orange Theory gurus. They go there, they work out, they like it, they're seeing results. With everything that occurred and things shutting down and things closing, I just never got into the flow because I love working out. Like I love it because I know how good it makes me feel inside. And my body's happy, skin's glowing. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Mental clarity is much better. Um, so I know the benefits for myself to getting the body moving and adding some weights because it's important, especially as we get older, to build up that muscle mass. Okay, very important. All right, so my moving can definitely improve. Okay, I'm just being real and honest with you. And I'm working on it. That is a goal that I have. I want to get this machine up and fixed and ready to go. The weights that I ordered should be in within another week. And so my goal is 3 times a week, I will be moving with my machines and stuff outside of just the normal walking that I do or walking the dogs. I factor that into, but I feel like the real intentional movement is when I'm really just focused on what is it doing and focusing on specific areas. So my thing is 3 times a week for 60 minutes. So that's 30 minutes earlier on before I head out the door, and then that's 30 minutes in the evening that will primarily be once I hit that 7 o'clock where it's like, you can't eat or you're not eating anything else. Work that body. Work that body. So I'll probably be doing my other 30 minutes after that time frame. I'm setting a high goal for myself to definitely see results and feel results within a 3-month time. So hopefully by mid-March and of March, definitely will see differences. Okay. What I ask myself, I'm becoming intentional about how I am being successful in learning from my failures. This is what I ask. And remember, this information I'll pull in the exclusive content info in our VIP Patreon option on our Patreon page, okay? So, time I feel hungry, I will notate and jot that down. What am I doing and working on right now? What is cueing the hunger? And am I actually hungry or sad, bored, anxious, and or depressed? Ooh, this is so good. Because, you know, like for example, especially in a routine work day, you'll have like, or you have to clock out for people that you have to clock in. It's like, okay, now I'm on lunch. So I should be eating something I'm supposed to eat. But maybe you stop and think, am I hungry? You know, because sometimes I've been in situations where there's access to nibble on stuff all throughout the day. And then when it's actually the bona fide lunchtime, it's kind of like, I have actually been eating since I got here at work. So am I really hungry? Now that it is like an actual meal time, am I really hungry? So that's a good thing to ask. Is there something I am wanting to avoid, procrastinate, or distract myself away from? So that question comes is, are you using food to do this, to help you avoid, procrastinate, or distract yourself away from something? Deep stuff, I know, but it's very helpful. We're getting intentional on being successful and learning from the boo-boos, the flops, the failures that we make along the way. What I'm wanting right now is, oh, this is so good. Especially for those switching up their diets. Because you can put on the paper, you know what I really want right now is a double whopper with cheese, heavy on the ketchup or whatever it is. You're not denying that that's really what you want. Or, you know, the pepperoni pizza or, I don't know, the fried chicken or whatever it might be for you. You're putting down, what is it that I really want right now instead of this salad or instead of this shake or, you know, instead of this banana or instead of this cup of nuts or slice of cheese or whatever it is. Acknowledge what it is that you truly want. Put it down on paper. What am I choosing? What I am choosing to honor my body right now is And, or you could put it this way, how I am choosing to honor my body right now is, ooh, this is nice. Because you push aside, yeah, I want those foods that I know are not the best option, not the healthiest for me. But right now, I'm choosing to honor my body by, and you can list what you're doing in that moment. Okay. And the big key to remember is that I am choosing to honor my body by, yeah, I'm making decisions and choices right now and switching out a habit. And it's in turn, it's honoring my vessel, right? Like we have not gotten to the point yet where we can trade these things in our bodies for a new model. Okay, now watch sci-fi films. I like sci-fi stuff. I've seen the potential and possibility in like 2350. I'm not going to be around. But if that day ever comes, that would be wonderful. Then all of us would be obsolete. You wouldn't need us. But we're not there. So at this moment in time, what am I doing to treat this vessel I have with honor? Boom. And that is beautiful. How am I honoring my body right now? How can I honor it better? What choices can I make to do it better by? Because remember, many times our bodies are absolutely amazing and so capable of healing itself that so many times we sabotage the body's own healing properties because we are not paying attention, okay? We use it to the best of our ability for our own, and what I would think our own selfishness or selfish needs. But when we need it, when we need this to really help us, when we need it, it is by, and for some people, I know that there may be other ongoing or medical conditions going on, and this is separate from that. But when you can do the best and what you can do to keep it healthy and well, it is so possible for it to benefit and come back to you and help you when sicknesses and illnesses comes on. We have to give it the opportunity to do what it can do. But when we deplete it so much with the toxic stuff that we put in our body and how we treat our body and how we think about our body, it can start to really shut it down. Remember, our bodies are made up, primarily the greatest percentage of our bodies is made up of water. So it is absorbing, it is hearing, it is seeing, it is feeling everything from the thoughts down to what you are putting in your body. Even how we dress shows a lot about what we think about our bodies. So I hope this has helped you today. There's a whole lot more I could have gone into. I feel like that was exactly what was needed. Again, I'm going to put up much of this information uploaded on our Patreon page. I will be back in to do another video, most likely not a live stream, but I will upload a video on day 7 and just an update on how things are going for me. And that will then be the transition I'll be making into doing more the full ketogenic diet. I thank you so much for taking out some of your time today to hear what I had to say. Please subscribe. Please email us. Our email's on our website if you have any questions. Also, please check out our Patreon page. And every little bit helps. It helps us with things that we're subscribed to. It helps us with the platform. It is very helpful. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Come on this journey with me. And I will help you the best that I can. And I appreciate you. And I thank you so much. Please provide feedback. I learn and get better from you all. I learn and get better as I fail. I pick myself up again. I just keep moving forward. So you are greatly appreciated. I hope that something that was mentioned, that was said here, you find was helpful. And in the coming weeks, I look forward to sharing more and more about how my journey is going, how my body is responding. And so that you know that you are not alone, and some things for you to become aware of too, as well with your own body. I am so grateful for this time you allowed me to have. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I look forward to being back here again and sharing more information. I am sending nothing but good intentions your way, in high good vibes. Okay? Thank you so much. Many blessings to you.